No, hog roast.
Come and watch me burn myself! Technique number 2. Free beer! Come in. If you guys want to not block up the passage over there, and go round to the bar, there's plenty of space behind me. You'll get the best view. Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to start off with a little piece of magic. Magic. Awesome. And a fantastic magic routine. Hands up who wants to help. Who wants to help?
Do you want to help too?
You. Stand up. Stay over there. Have a time. Okay. Jessica, where are you from? Where's that? Ladies and gentlemen, her name, Jessica, good memory, Jessica. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is Jessica. She has come all the way from she's in the there. Give it up for one and only Jessica! Come and sit down on top of the trap door underneath the picture. We are going to perform a magic trick. The magic trick that we are going to perform is going to be magical and surprisingly good. Have you done magic before? Yeah. Awesome. We're going to take one sponge ball. Okay? One sponge ball. The sponge ball is going to completely disappear. One, two, three. It's gone. 3, 2, 1. It's come back. Awesome.
So yeah,
24th of September, I'm probably this way. 16 years.
yes.
That's where I come down. Who's still there?
I can imagine.
No. Good to do work. It must be. I wouldn't do any work by
see them hanging from the roofs and everything. It's amazing what people do.
To do it, guys.
So how long sounds like fun.
Wow, you're pretty quick.
Because I'm not going to look great.
She's here somewhere.
I
I thought it was.
wondered if it's where those kids are.
Probably.
I suppose we've taken a lot of sewing, wouldn't you?
Sorry.
Sorry. Because there's no
We went to see Shakespeare's.
You're not done that at school yet.
Go down there.
Okay, well when you do the Henry VIII,
Shakespeare would have learned this. He did visit. He knew he did this. And you get it, and you heard tale of old stories. So that's where we think it's possibly the inspiration.
so why are you holding the
Tickle Ben, that's all.
I'll be seeing you later. As you leave, as you face the left and the right.
Alice.
What is actually on this?
That's the English guitar. Yeah, they do. But also, our other allies at the same time, the German, so you can play exactly the same thing in Germany, and they call it Waldzither, because Wald means forest, and Zither.
That's not even the wind.
No, carry on.
So there's blue, who were they? So let's do blue, who were they?
I have lost them all around this morning because we've got limited table space on the way back from York, but that's in here.
That's why I try to get it to get lots of flags.
Sorry?
Sweet. That was sweet.
Go round. Keep on the back.
Greg Ross is going to be here. See if we can get through the checkpoint.
Ruben, answer Ruben!
Got any photos? I'll get it out of the way then.
It won't do anything at the moment because there's no rounds in it. It's completely safe. No, it's been back when this was working, so this has been made. Can you see down there? You get the cases.
The amount of questions we ask sometimes it's like
You might have made by a joy.
I don't know. What happened here? But you ask so many
Hang on. Can't go there, but I want to
Oh, danger.
Over a race?
How arrogant do you have to be to do that?
My grandfather was
Royal engineer there.
No, he details, marbles and Jenga blocks. There you go,
Not much bigger than Peebo.
The big curly rounded.
He's a poser.
Yeah, she found the one she was looking for.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, this chairs will receive
fighting in Italy. So you went to quite and the soldiers are shooting for you. They are wearing brown boots. You're not excited, obviously, but in this particular case, these are South African boots. Okay? And they're deploying a Vickers chicken. As you can see, it's taking a minimum of 3 feet for Vickers chicken. There will be 6 of them. So once I've got the tripod, they basically get it assembled, the ammunition coming, you can see the belt ammunition out of the box, black one on the left-hand side, my right, and that is getting ready to get through into the machine gun. Now the ship was like this, first into service, similar to this first into service with British Army Victoria period, but in this time, in the First World War, you can see the composite on the very front, but that's flash fighter. So as it goes firing away, obviously there'll be a little flash, and hopefully that will fight. So there we go, the man is down, and he's got a little put him on the back to make it go, and the rest of the crew are ready to feed the ammunition in, as we see this down on the right. The petrol can at the front, is actually for water in order to cool the flowers, because it gets very, very hot as they're firing. Up to 500 rounds in net, in theory. Right? Same ammunition as that used in the rifle by Mr. Wilby. So there we go. And you see there equipment, the 37 pattern web equipment. On that they've got water bottle, a ground sheet and gas can, and the weapons that we've got on display here, two of them are carrying Thompson submachine guns. You can see one of the and also four rifles as well. Which has much more weight than the rifle would just be able to shoot to the ground. Would you explain this to us? It's a spike bayonet, known as a quick sticker, which isn't just under these information. It's there, designed mainly in Peterborough UK, and it's coming up to so it's kind of party to replace it around that 1942. There we go. Same name and everything. It was still being used as a regular weapon in the British Army at 1960, or territorial units in 1970. So a very, very good weapon indeed. Okay, gentlemen, if you care to redeploy, we've got some paratroopers coming into the arena now. And you can probably tell this isn't actually combat conditions, otherwise I think it would be a difficult than this. And so in they come now, in so they basically deploy out to the back with paratroopers here. They're wearing camouflage named after Major Denison, and they have their webbing equipment on as well. The same as the infantry. The officer, a lieutenant in the paratroopers, have brought the base plate in. They are now getting the stand for the 3-inch mortar. And I think this time we have some rounds for this, which should make a decent noise. So the ammunition box is down, the 3-inch mortar, and the Jeep is there. He's got a Sten gun as well. Sten guns were very, very cheap, annoyingly cheap in fact. Hideously badly made. Most Sten guns were made in factories that before the war had actually been made in Meccano. So, if any of you are really good at making Meccano, you can knock a Sten gun up in your bedroom and try it out on your brothers and sisters. They fire 9mm rounds, and we used extensively with British Armed Forces from around about 1941-42 onwards. The Sten gun that he's got, the corporal there, squatting down at the minute, is the Mark II version. The magazine can hold up to 30 rounds of ammunition. Very, very precarious though. Occasionally they would go off and kill people accidentally. Generally more dangerous to you than the enemy. There's a story of one chap who was in charge of the French resistance on the ground in France. He got one of these Sten guns on his shoulder, it slipped, fell off his shoulder, hit the ground, and decided to go off and send all the bullets straight into his back and kill him.
Mortar ready!
Mortar's ready, so paratroopers, in your own time, Lieutenant Tate, please carry on.
One round, ready, fire! 2 rounds, rapid! Fire!
And away it goes. So, if any of the market traders in the Peebo precinct are looking worried, they should be, as they should be landing about now.
18 round, 1 round! Fire!
There we go. So, frightening all
Rounds
picking.
complete!
Rounds complete. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the 3-inch mortar. Thank you very much, chaps.
To the arena now. Our amazing falconry display. Thanks to Gary and Jen and Baxwood Falcons. They were amazing this morning. Absolutely fabulous to see these fantastic birds of prey. Jen will be taking you through all of what's happening this afternoon. She gets the tough job, the guys get the easy job. Isn't that so typical, ladies? Happens all the time, doesn't it? So falconry display taking place in the arena. Every half an hour the display changes in our arena this weekend, over the whole weekend, Falconry next, Napoleonic drill display 2:30. The Vikings and the Anglo-Saxons thrash 7 bells out of each other at 3 o'clock as we reenact the battle for Peterborough 870 AD. 3:30 we go back to the Battle of the Somme and the World War I. 4 o'clock World War II music and dancers. And at 4:30 we round off a fantastic first day of our Heritage Festival with a grand parade of all performers, all coming this afternoon, and as I've mentioned before, absolutely free of charge. Organised by Vivacity. Lots of volunteers here in the blue t-shirts will help you make the most of your weekend. They volunteered to be here to make a fantastic 8th Heritage Festival in Peterborough, bringing you 300 reenactors, 3,500 years of history in one big weekend in Peterborough.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello again, Peterborough.
Hello.
Oh. Good afternoon, everybody at Peterborough. I didn't hear you first time. Come on, a big hello for us. We're back here for the 4th year in a row, and it's brilliant to be back. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, that makes us feel really, really welcome. Thank you very much. Now, one of the things I was trying to get across to us earlier, trying to explain to everybody, is that this is not a hobby. This is a lifetime of dedication. Now, my beloved Mr. B is throwing a thing around in the middle of the arena. What he's doing is swinging a lure. Now, the lure is the pad that we tie a bit of reward to for the falcon. And this afternoon, we're going to have a falconry demonstration which is closer to the true meaning of falconry. We're going to be bringing out the long wings, a couple of falcons that we brought with us for our demonstration. But before we do that, Mr. B is going to do some training on the lure, on one creature. So here we are, here's Fuji. Now Fuji is a 7-year-old deersaker, so he's fully mature. In captivity, we're hoping to get approximately 30 years. Now this is where I come in. This is thousands of years of evolution, ladies and gentlemen. This bird has developed into the ultimate hunting machine. But flying is exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. So Fuji's just going to have a little explore because he's quite happy running around on the floor, surprisingly. There we go, hop up to the glove for a little bit of reward. Now they find it quite hard to take off from the floor, so we brought the screen in. So we've got a little bit of height. Yeah. Now, this is the bird that I would like to raise a very controversial topic with you. What is the fastest bird of prey in the world? Or in the UK? Oh dear, did somebody come out with a P word? Yes, okay. Right, the peregrine has the recorded fastest speed of any bird of prey. Ooh, that was pretty quick there, Fuji, good lad. The peregrine that was recorded doing over 200 miles an hour had a bit of an advantage, which we think is a little bit unfair.
500 feet out of hot air balloon.
It was given a lift in a hot air balloon, and then it was recorded through the high-level technology to record that speed of 200 miles an hour with terminal velocity on its side. I don't know if that's exactly the right term. Gravity was on that bird's side. The peregrine's got this amazing stoop where it folds its wings, closes its nose, shuts its first set of eyelids and goes down in a dive. Gravity's helping. So in a straight line flight, I'm delighted to say that there has been a straight line flight just recently as well between a gyr and a peregrine. Would you like to know who the winner was?
No.
It was the gyr. The gyr is bigger, more powerful, and is a faster flyer in a straight line. I'd love to know more about that actual test, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to research more into that. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you gyr, this gyr, Fuji, across the arena. Now he is most powerful in an area like this, in a short straight line flight. We haven't got the area to do a really big flight. Oh look, there's the fastest two-legged creature. No, there's a bee. Very good. I should stay upright. That's a bonus. We don't often work on concrete, so please bear with us if we do slip. We are used to falling over on grass. Now here it comes. Look at that. Very fast, straight on and round again. Wasn't that beautiful? Ladies and gentlemen, Fuji. He is an absolute star. He loves this. Now that you can see from the beak going forward, the intensity in that flight, those powerful wings. That's pretty good in a short flight. We were able to time him a while ago, and in a short flight of less than 100 feet, we managed to work out that he was doing at least 45 miles an hour, which is pretty impressive considering that he was only 4 or 5 feet off the floor, so he hasn't got the wing lift. Ideally, those conditions... Right, this is where the rest of the training comes in. We talked about training to the glove this morning, and this afternoon this is a demonstration of training from the lure to the glove, making a fair swap. The falconer has a little tidbit. He's caught your tea, whether that be a goose or a hare, or in the olden times it might have been a heron, it might have been a muntjac deer. No, they weren't. Were they? Are they native?
No.
No. That's me made myself look like an idiot. Never mind. We got that one. Have you got a small hand? He's going to stretch my glove, isn't he? Never mind. You owe me a new glove, darling. Right. I've been incredibly lucky. So the only time in my life I had a custom-made falconry glove. And it's now stretched. Never mind, it's all in a good cause. All in a good cause. So... So like I said, Fuji is a 7-year-old, predominantly deer. So he is hybridised with a little bit of Seika. You can tell his deer colouring is from the blueness in his feet and the blueness around the cere, which is the top of the beak. Now we've had Fuji since he was about 4 years old. Although he's not a rescue, he came to us from a falconer who wasn't able to give him the love and care and the attention that he truly needed. So he was a little bit tired when he came to us, a little bit out of condition. And as you can see, what we've got now is an absolutely superb, cracking little fella. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll shut up for a moment. And very shortly, he's going to respond to the door as soon as Gary calls him. Here he comes. Over the fence, slow and straight on. Did you see how powerful that was? That was superb. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause yet again for our amazing Rupert and the lovely Fuji. So, another fair swap required. So the falconer comes in from the front of the bird. So here she is, so a bit of a contrast. Here she comes. This is Bella. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand still if you think she's coming near. Hello Bella, good girl. Now Bella is 4, so she's at the peak of her maturity here. And she's a she. In her first year with us, we actually thought she was a he. And we called her Billy. So if I get it wrong, it's because we were wrong to start with. Once they've had their first molt, the male ends up with a blue cap, and the female stays that lovely reddish brown striped colour. So she's got a vantage point. What we're going to show you, we hope, with Bella's demonstration, is just how incredibly agile the kestrel is. With a bit of luck, we've got just enough breeze to give her enough lift. And she is...
It's not a good idea for that pigeon.
She turns so quickly.
Pigeon
So she's at the top there watching.
Starved.
Has she spotted something that... Well, a pigeon is bigger than a kestrel, so it might not be scared of it. But on the whole, pigeons, seagulls, starlings, all that sort of thing, are terrified of all birds of prey. You're just horrible sometimes, darling. Oh dear, oh dear. You're going to wash that before later, I promise. Right. Yes, dear. He's learned the right answer. 3 years of marriage. We've got it. Yes, dear. I like that. Right, here comes Bella. Sweet.
Thank you for that. Love you, Dad. Thank you.
And for the maintenance team again.
No, not yet, no. See, this is where I need to get my work stuff out now. Get on to all that. You're very reliable. Let's go. There you go. Then he gets all the dogs.
And that's why he's soft.
Oh, Bowman.
Come on then, let's go and have a look. Yeah. Bend down.
And then she gets this postcard from the Red Cross saying,
When you...
Good girl, mate.
having time, wanting time, wishing we're here type thing. And
Anthony.
ballistic.
Anthony. Listen.
I've got his badge at home.
That's my grandfather's, who was Company Sergeant Major of 171 Tunneling Company Royal Engineers.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So this is my first one of these events. I work for a Battlefield Tour company. We do a Christmas truce tour where we and I go out as him because he was in 1914. He was in the 20th Fortress Company.
Oh, you've got to say please then. Good girl, good Tim. You can say please. Alright.
There's one of them.
You're very privileged. I'm going to sneak along and find out.
You can't cover all my turn because we'll have to cover the next one. Hiya, just before we go in, one thing to say is do be careful where you're walking so you don't trip over anything. We're going to go through the door, there's a holly tree by the fence. If you all gather there and then we'll start the tour properly there.
No way to win this, isn't it?
Very shiny leaves.
Okay, so I'm Jackie Hall, I'm the cathedral archaeologist, one of a number of people taking tours today. And this is a community excavation that we were able to do because of a Heritage Lottery Fund project, which is part of the thing of improving access to the cathedral and opening a new visitor centre. And the dig has been run for us by ACA, which is part of the University of Cambridge. And to give you just a little bit of context, you'll probably be aware that we're standing in the northwest part of the precincts, part of the cathedral precincts now and part of the abbey precincts up until the 16th century. A lot of the area, a lot of what we know about the site, we know from historic maps, and this is a particularly good one, which is actually pretty much the same as it looked in the first map about a century earlier. So we're standing about here. The black and the red lines are superimposed on top of the historic map. Garden House wasn't built till 1937, so just ignore that. And what you've got is this absolutely enormous pond, and the area was called Pond Yard for a long, long time. And then not a lot of anything else. Some of the other maps show buildings sort of roundabouts, and it seems to have been a sort of horticultural or agricultural area. You know, all the main sort of ecclesiastical buildings, canons' houses and so on the south side of there. What we're going to do is we're going to start over there, come back round here, then go to the top, look at the finds, and then we'd like you to exit out the green gates at the end, so that, because there's quite a few tours going around, if you want to come back to the Heritage Festival, just turn left at the end. And luckily, the three areas that we're going to see do tie in well with the sort of three main periods of archaeology that we've got, that we're looking at. So one of them, and we're going in backwards order, which sort of makes sense. So one of them relates to the garden, because although it was sort of horticultural, agricultural here, by the late 19th century it was a garden. Again, this is superimposed on top. So the deanery is here, that's that building over there, and you can see now that we've got garden paths, just trees in particular places, a couple of greenhouses. So the first bit of archaeology will relate to that garden period. And the second bit of archaeology will relate to that enormous pond that we just saw. And the third bit, and the last piece that we'll be looking at, to my mind is the most interesting, we'll just call it earlier archaeology for the time being. So if we'll go over now and we'll look at Trench 5. If there are any children, if you want to come to the front, give you, that would be good. Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
So, I'll ask them in a minute. So, how we started was by getting a machine in to strip the trenches at the beginning. So we weren't just doing sort of mindless digging just for the sake of it. But in this area, what they found really just below the turf was these two walls. But in fact, these pleasingly appear on the map. So the far wall, which is a fairly rough structure, is quite clearly this one, and it is the base of a greenhouse. This is the first map, the 1886 map. It's the first map it appears on, so it's clearly a late 19th century greenhouse. And then there's this one, which is much better built, which is this one here. And at first, because it was so well built, we thought perhaps it's part of a building. But now, given the high level from which it's built, we're pretty sure it's just another garden wall or a yard wall. And you can see it connects with the wall there, heading in that direction, and the wall there, heading that way and turning the corner. And it seems to be creating a yard around the north end of the Deanery Mews, or the stables, which is that there. They've been stables for hundreds of years. In that incarnation, it's like, I think it's 1860 or something like that. What was interesting in these high levels was just how many finds we found, just buckets and buckets of them. And it looked like they emptied the entire deanery kitchen at one time, new dean, new housekeeper, whatever. And so you've got loads of pottery that's, lots of it's intact, little creamery jugs, milk bottles, loads of it, and lots of sort of just broken, patterned crockery as well, lots of butchered bone, all sorts of stuff. And you're thinking, really, why? Why are they dumping this stuff in their garden? They haven't even dug a pit for it. They put it on this side of the wall as well. They haven't even shoved it into the stable yard. We'll come up with a story, I dare say, as to why that happened. You know, perhaps we'll find a change of date. But my guess is that at this period, either they'd already decided they were going to raise the soil level, or it was a very unused, messy, composty part of the garden.
Not back before the 11th, 12th century.
No, we haven't.
No.
It's interesting, isn't
yeah,
it?
so, you know, it's just the general sort of...
Yeah.
I just put it in with the general, we've got a bit of 11th, 12th century, but nothing earlier.
That is good. But at least that piece isn't associated with anything later. That's key. Because there's nothing else.
Yeah, it could be as late as 1200 though.
I know. Anyway, so this is called his pottery expert, and he's going to tell you all about the pottery. Entertain us all. And he'll probably say, but I'll say as well, we've been really grateful if before you go you sign the visitor slip, because it's HLF funded and they really like that sort of information. And maybe they'll give us some more money from other things later on.
Okay. We need to do another one already, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
Oh, this is something I haven't heard, Paul.
Basically, this is a selection of the pottery that's been coming out of the ground. As I'm sure you've been told on the side tours, there's been a lot of churning up and a lot of Victorian dumping, and the ground's really messed up. And this little group of pottery here demonstrates it really well. This all came from the same place on site, and there's a little bit of Roman, there's a little bit of Norman or thereabouts pottery, dates to the 11th, 12th century. There's a bit of 13th, 14th century pottery. There's a bit of medieval roof tile, about the same date. A bit of 15th and 16th century pottery, and everything else is just bits of broken Victorian flower pots. So it gives you a good picture of just how really churned up everything is. We've been quite surprised that we have got quite a bit of Roman pottery, certainly more than we were expecting. Most bags have got one or two little bits of Roman pottery in. For instance, there's 3 there, there's a bit there, there's a rim from a nice dish or a platter there. None of it's in its original position. We haven't found any undisturbed Roman archaeology, but it's all mixed in with the medieval stuff.